Hey everyone, so my name is Jordan and I decided to create a YouTube channel because a lot of my friends have been asking for an update about my life in China. About 7 months ago, I decided to take a big leap and travel to China all by myself to kind of experience the culture, learn the Chinese language, and I just want to give you a little taste of my life and what I've been doing. So I just want to tell everyone how it's been for me. I've been here for about 7 months and I couldn't be any happier. It's amazing here. The culture's here. Everyone's very friendly. I feel very safe. The food was something to get used to, but overall, I definitely love China. It's a part of me that intertwined with my personality, and I definitely got used to the culture. My favorite thing about China is actually the convenience and how friendly everybody is in China. I really like that. So literally you can go up to anybody and just have a conversation. If you do that in New York, it's probably just gonna be bad. But in China, literally choose any person, you could just have a conversation with them. They're happy to speak to you in English because most of them want to speak English. And if you speak to them in Chinese, that's just double the effect. You just blow their mind. They're like, wow, you speak Chinese, I'm so surprised. So yeah, I think the people here is just very friendly and the convenience of China is just really nice. I definitely love living here. I think my least favorite thing about China is actually the lack of diversity. So in China, it's definitely you're in China and everyone's Chinese. So there's a couple of black people, there's a couple of white people, but most of the time you're in the subway or you're on the street and you're just surrounded by Chinese people. And it just feels like a little disorientating at times because you're just like, wow, there's no one that's like me, essentially, that I could kind of connect with, share similar problems with. But at the same time, it's okay because then I'm opened up to making new friends. So I guess it's fine. I'm used to it now. A lot of people have also been asking me how it is being black in China. So actually, I think it's fine. Like, I don't get discriminated against. None of that really happens. At most, a lot of people, they probably never seen a black person before, so most of the time they just want to take a picture with you. They'll come up to you, it's like, oh, can I take a picture with you? So you just say okay, and then that's the end of that. And then you're probably on everyone's like Facebook or WeChat, but that's okay. So I think being black in China is fine. I don't get discriminated against. However, there is a difference between being an American black person and an African black person. I have a few African black friends here, and I've heard the stories of how it's very difficult for them to find work or be accepted in such social groups. So I think there's a little discrimination when it comes to being an African black man as opposed to an American black man. But that's a different issue altogether. The biggest thing I want to talk about China is just mainly the food and the culture. I love the food in China, and initially when I first came to China, I definitely hated Chinese. I wouldn't say hate, but I didn't like to eat it. In fact, when I first arrived, the first 2 weeks I was in China, all I could eat was maybe McDonald's, Burger King, and KFC. And that's because that's the only thing I was accustomed to and the only thing that was familiar to me in China. But eventually I started to slowly eat more and more Chinese food, and I got slowly more used to it. Chinese food is very, very spicy, and that was one thing that I had to get used to, just all the spice. I remember one time I was eating hot pot with my coworkers, and the person that was hosting this decided to get like the spiciest hot pot. And while we were eating, we were literally all coughing, sweating, choking. It was a terrible experience. But it was definitely one that, you know, I love to remember, and now I'm in love with hot pot. I think I could eat the spicy food now. There's a lot of rice. There's rice desserts, rice soup. The side dishes are rice. Like everything is literally rice, 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 rice. Which is okay with me because actually growing up I used to eat rice with everything, coming from a Caribbean culture. So I'm okay with the rice. There's a lot of just vegetables, very fresh vegetables. Literally, when they're cooking, they take the vegetables, they take the meat, and they put it in just fire for like really quick. Just cook it really fast, and literally, that's what you eat. Which is, I like it. It kind of tastes very fresh. The culture in China is amazing, and as I said earlier, everyone's very, very friendly. It's very safe. A lot of people, they're out at night, they're in the parks, they're dancing. The old people are in the parks dancing. You'll see groups of people in all the parks just dancing, doing Tai Chi. It's amazing. You go outside at night, it's a whole different atmosphere. So right now I'm in China working as an English teacher, which is the biggest route that people take to come to China. As an English teacher, this is the biggest market probably for foreigners in China. You come here, work as an English teacher. This is what most of the people are looking for. And they pay very, very well. So if you want, you can be an English teacher in China and you're probably making more than the average Chinese person, which is really nice. So I could live very comfortably in China, and you know, maybe if I want to, I could eat out every night and still have lots of money left over at the end of the month. Most of the time I'm just at work, I'm teaching. In the morning I'm taking Chinese classes, I'm improving my Chinese. That's my main goal to be in China, is to actually become fluent in Chinese. So I spend a lot of time studying Chinese, making friends, speaking in Chinese with my friends, or just speaking to native Chinese people. I go to the bookstore a lot, I'll read Chinese books, I'm writing Chinese. So I spend a lot of my time outside of work only doing Chinese, like really immersing myself into the culture. And I really enjoy it. I find it fun. This is something I love to do, so I spend most of my time, my free time, studying Chinese. A lot of Chinese people, they'll tell you, 兴趣是最好的老师. And this is something I definitely believe in. So that's a bit of my Chinese. So that's all for now. I just wanted to give you guys a taste of what I've been doing while I'm here in China. I'm definitely enjoying it. If you subscribe to my channel, I will be posting more videos about my travels, the people I'm meeting, the culture, the food, everything China. So definitely subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you.